We've got a release date, a release schedule, we've got a season synopsis, and we've got whatever the heck this is, all part of an info drop provided by Variety about the upcoming Futurama Season 13 on Hulu. And the question I want to tackle here is, are things going to get better for Futurama? Do we have any evidence of that yet? I don't normally do this kind of news reaction style video, but I thought this might be a good way to sort of come back into things after I had to take some time off to focus on a completely separate project, separate from my YouTube career with another job. New videos, well-produced videos coming soon. This is not going to be a well-produced video. This is just me talking into my microphone and looking at a screen. The first thing you'll probably notice in this headline is that it's switching from a weekly release to a binge release. So seasons 11 and 12 on Hulu and on Disney Plus, we're releasing weekly, like an ordinary TV show would back in the day, where you'd get a new episode every week. Here in 2025, that's not the case. They're dumping them all at once. And I have to wonder why they're making this change. Is this a good sign or a bad sign? It's kind of hard to say. Anything different, I guess, is almost a positive sign in my mind. Any sign that shows they're changing the way they've done things over the past 2 seasons, because frankly, the Hulu seasons so far have been a massive disappointment. As I've said before on my channel in my reviews, there's been some sparks of Futurama brilliance in those 2 seasons, but they're just too few and far between for me to be happy about how things are going. For me, the real downside has been the writing and what they've done with the characters. They've just tossed aside established character traits for the sake of cheap jokes. The writing quality has just not been there, and it's really weird and unfortunate, considering we got the original creators of the show and many of the most prolific writers of the show who have been there from the beginning came back for these Hulu seasons, and so far it's raises a lot of questions in my mind that the writing quality has been so poor overall. Again, it's had moments, but if we average it all out, it's kind of gone off a cliff. So why are they doing this, though? Why are they switching away from a weekly release schedule toward dumping all of the episodes at once? Well, I can only speculate. Maybe they're trying to buy back some favor after a couple of disappointing seasons. That, in combination with if we got 10 really solidly written, well-produced episodes for season 13, that alone would be great. But if they also release them all at the same time as some kind of peace offering, or even just to show that they're changing their approach and their attitude to things, that would buy a lot of favor back from me. Because remember, that decision to release 1 episode per week, that's not an artistic decision. It's not a practical requirement like it is on broadcast television. It's a business decision. They want to keep that subscription revenue coming in, not just having people sign up for a month and binge watch it. But they're doing away with that and releasing all 10 episodes at once. So maybe that's a small sign that things are turning around. Maybe. On the other hand, it could be that they just no longer see Futurama as a tentpole. Maybe the tempered reaction to the first 2 Hulu seasons caused them to lose faith in it, and maybe they just see it as filler content now. Oh, it's not doing great, but we bought 20 more episodes, so let's just get them done and out and move on. I sure hope that that's not the case, but I'm about 50-50 on those 2 possibilities. Let me know what you think, or if you can see another possibility I haven't considered, let me know in the comments. Here's one of the pictures that's been released from the new season. There's actually a gallery of these at the end of the article. This one's not in that gallery, but I can tell you, based on a different picture that's in that gallery, I believe this is Robot Hell or something similar, some kind of underworld scenario. So all the main characters are sitting in some kind of a bar, and they're not wearing their normal outfits. But we'll look at more pictures in a minute. Hulu is switching to an all-at-once binge for Futurama as it returns in September for season 13. So, and the release date, September 15th at 5 p.m., blah, blah, blah. All 10 episodes releasing at the same time on that date. And as they note here, that's a switch from the most recent 2 seasons of the revival. Hulu noted that per Nielsen, Futurama was among the top 10 streaming originals of 2024. I'm not sure what that really tells us in terms of meaningful information. Among the top 10 streaming originals of 2024, does that mean for the entire year it's in the top 10 of all streaming originals? Was one episode in one of the weekly top 10s? I'd like to know what this actually means. Here's the show's synopsis. Oh boy. Bender is rampaging out of control. A volcano is about to explode. Fry confronts a rival for Leela's love, and Dr. Zoidberg is rising up to heaven? The excitement might be too much. You've been warned. It's an all-new season of Futurama. Can you even contain the excitement? Bender going on a rampage, as if he doesn't do that every other episode. And we've seen a giant Bender go on a rampage. We've seen billions of mini Benders go on a rampage. We've seen Bender overclock himself and become the universe. we are supposed to be excited. Oh, Bender's going on a rampage. Oh, he's out of control. I don't know. Could be a funny episode. Oh, a volcano is about to explode. I mean, forget the fact that we've seen a gigantic garbage ball threatening to destroy New York City. Forget the fact that we saw Mars get knocked out of orbit and start careening toward Earth. A volcano. I mean, a volcano. What? This just screams exciting Futurama plot, doesn't it? Fry confronts a rival for Leela's love. I mean, that could make for an interesting episode. Or it could make for a Prince and the Product, which we're just going to pretend that one doesn't exist. And Dr. Zoidberg is rising up to heaven. I mean, I don't even understand what that means. Does he die and go to heaven? Is it just something that resembles heaven? Like Evo? This is the most interesting sentence in the synopsis to me because I just don't know what it means. Sorry, but this reads like a synopsis for a Princess Bride sequel, is what this reads like. It just feels like they're not trying, and that doesn't give me a lot of hope. Now, this was probably written by the marketing people. I mean, it feels like it was written by someone who doesn't understand Futurama, which very well, it's possible that the people in the marketing department really don't, which isn't great, but it's not necessarily a reflection of the actual upcoming season. Then we get to the photo gallery. Here's the really interesting part. So, what is going on here? I don't know, but it looks entertaining, actually. This looks pretty funny. Out of context, here's hoping it's just as funny in context. So here's that other picture I was telling you about, and actually this is the exact background that we saw in the previous photo above, where Fry and Bender and Leela were all sitting in front of the bar. And the Robot Devil is usually pretty funny, so it's good to see that the Robot Devil will be back. There's nothing interesting about this picture. Oh, they're piloting mech suits or something. Okay, great. I don't really know what to say about this one, other than it looks like it could be any still from any animated show ever. Nothing about this looks futuristic. I guess we're supposed to be amused by the fact that Fry is standing on two polar bear cubs or something like that. I think what would make all of these interesting is if they told us, oh yeah, all these pictures are from the same episode. And maybe they are. And then maybe we could have some fun trying to figure out what the heck is going on. But so far, it's just kind of alright then. Now, I guess this is one of the more interesting pictures. So we've got some kind of a TV screen showing the interior of the Planet Express ship. So it looks like we've got the interior of the Planet Express ship, like a security cam feed, being broadcast on Route 2 News live on a very weird TV set sitting on some stone ruins or something outside. That's bizarre. I'm curious what is going on here and what kind of a storyline would lead to this setting, especially since we see not only the Planet Express crew panicking and freaking out because the ship's on fire and crashing or whatever, but we see Ogden Wernstrom here. It's the back of his head, but I'm pretty sure that's Wernstrom, and Dr. Banjo. So obviously some kind of a wacky zany plotline going on here. And then this next one strikes fear into my heart. We've got Bill Nye duking it out with Richard Nixon. Please don't let this be some kind of politically charged, topical episode. Maybe I'm reading way too much into it. Well, let's get back to the question I started with. Do we have reason to think things are improving? No, which doesn't mean they won't, or aren't. I just don't see anything concrete to latch onto right now. I'm slightly encouraged to see something changing, but the new release schedule really could go either way for me. They posted a bland synopsis, and most of the pictures are bafflingly generic. And while I would like to believe that this is all a ploy to deliberately underhype the new season so that we're all pleasantly surprised, I'm really not counting on that. I will keep my eye out for more info drops and a new season trailer, and if I have time, I'll consider doing another video like this, if this one does okay. But like I said, I'm working hard on some other stuff, some more evergreen stuff, which is really the kind of content I prefer to make. I would rather make videos that people can still enjoy watching in 5 years, 10 years, not just this sort of reacting to the news of the week thing. But I did want to talk about this, and I do want to hear from you about it. Tell me what you think about the info that's been revealed about the new season. Sound off in the comments down below. Also, thank you to my awesome Patreon supporters and channel members who got to see this video early. Thank you everybody for watching, especially if you got this far into the video. And don't forget to bend those like and subscribe buttons.